Okay, this is actually roughly where we want to go, so that's fine. But I want to talk to... Local map. I want to talk to this NPC first. I guess we can go both ways. So, either this way or down here. Oh, that's a dispel chest. We're not dealing with that. Not even going to touch that. Oh, this is the run farm. Oof. Bad shape.
Draw your weapon. No. No! Please help, stranger. Madness from the river tainted the grain. Eating grain breeds sickness in the mind. We need help.
So your laptop is for gaming or for other things too, like work. I'm not on a laptop. I'm on a desktop computer, and yes, I use it for both work and gaming because a lot of my work is gaming. I need to be able to play the games that we work on. So, yeah. I use this machine for both.
The river. Something in the water grows into the grain. Oh, the grain's meant to be shipped to Melsenshire, but can't spread madness. Grenord. Go to Grenord. Strange man. Jenica traveled there. Must have done something. Poison river with madness. Aiton, no help. If grain reaches troops, end up like Denrit, caged, murderous.
And do you think your desktop PC will be able to run Reanimal on good performance? And crazy that we still don't know the PC specs for the game. It's actually not that crazy that you don't know the PC specs yet, because in general, the last couple months and weeks of game development are all about optimization and performance. So that is when you really figure out, okay, how far can we actually push it and how well can we actually optimize it? How low can we go with the requirements? So that is not surprising to me at all. As for whether my desktop will be able to play Reanimal with good performance, it hasn't given me trouble with anything else previously, and I specifically made this PC, like I actually, when I assembled this PC, or when I bought this PC, I specifically asked people for recommendations, and I think it was even Malguardian that I asked. I specifically asked people for recommendations. I was like, hey guys, I need a PC that will be able to play any upcoming PS5 game. Give me your recommendations. So this one should be able to keep up with any PS5 game. And Reanimal is a PS5 game, so I think I'll be fine.
Jenica. Tainted water. Grenald. We ate the grain and we went mad. The grain, water from the river tainted. Need to find cure before grain reaches troops.
I'll read.
Strange man, Jenica, went up river.
I hate to
Tainted the river in Grenord. Feeds the river. Go there. He must heal.
I hate to break this to you, Alred, but even if we fix this now, you're still gonna have to grow a whole new batch of grain. Like, that's gonna take a couple of months. I don't know how you think of fixing this.
I need your help. Monsters know about river. Refuse help. Monsters know Denrit. Denrit's been dead for... No! Please save my mind, lest I forget everything. There's too much. Help us! By the gods, these visions!
Okay, yeah, she is in a really bad state. Oh. Okay, he's not dead yet. He's still alive. That's a good start. Curse the grain, yeah. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of The Last of Us, the TV show. Not the game, but the TV show. Because I don't know if the game actually ever explained where the fungus infection came from. But in The Last of Us, in the TV show, it was... Oh, cure the grain. Yeah, but we're gonna cure the grain. But it reminds me of how in The Last of Us, the infection came, the fungus infection came from infected flour. And that's actually why Joel didn't get sick and why his daughter didn't get sick. Because they just happened to not eat anything that contained flour that day. It's like, yeah, if flour from a major factory gets infected with something, that's gonna be like a couple million people who are just instantly infected. Alright. Save game. Find Yenneker. Oh, there's Nis. No, that's not Niskala, that's Cave Merkins, okay. Yenneker's journal. That sounds like a good place to start. Let's have a look. Confounded. This research seems doomed from the beginning. The chronoled artifact is most assuredly of Nesgaric origin, but it seems the local wildlife has gotten to it before I could. To make things worse, it seems the artifact has begun leaking a combination of various magics into the river and afflicting the nearby farm. From what I understand, the device requires a gem lattice, a belt of fluidity, and a mana pendulum before I might be able to alter what configuration of magics it pours into the river, and hopefully simply deactivate the artifact entirely. The necessary parts are likely still in Chronald, since these beasts rarely venture out of doors. It is only a matter of tracking them down. Of course, once it is repaired, I must find the right magic configuration to use. Sanguine for optimism, phlegmatic for reservedness, and melancholic for pessimism. A bias in any of these three would have interesting results assuredly, but potentially disastrous ones as well. Oh god. Yeah, this is gonna be a multi-problem approach here. So first we need to find the parts and then we need to find the right configuration. Imagine in real life at some point some deadly virus to wipe out the whole world. I hope that never happens, like a virus that came out of nowhere. I mean, we haven't seen a virus wipe out the whole world, but we did just live through a pandemic, so, you know. We know what that looks like. I'm not quite sure what this lever did. And I think we just got a debuff. Yeah, we are currently on a debuff. We cannot actually... We can disable traps, but we cannot disable the plants, so we're just gonna stay away from them as much as we can. There we go. Or some bioweapon or something which gives me Resident Evil vibes. Spoilers, Resident Evil is one of those games that I've seen multiple people play, but I've never actually played it myself. Oh, this is a dispel chest. We're not gonna bother with that. I should really play those games at some point. Oh, what are you... Oh, okay. We are definitely activating our skill for you. What are you? Jesus Christ. Will you play Resident Evil 9 when it comes out? Considering that I've never even played Resident Evil 1 through 8, no. I won't. Oh, that was the first item we needed for our quest. Nice. Also, I already have a backlog that is way too long. So... I'm not gonna start any new games anytime soon. Like I've already said, there are like 2 studios or 2 game franchises where I'm like, I will buy it as soon as it comes out, if there's something new. And that's either Insomniac's Spider-Man games, because I've played the first 3 and they were great. Some were greater than others, but they were all very good games. And I have faith in Insomniac to do that correctly. And the other one is Horizon, the Horizon franchise, Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, and whatever comes next. For the same reason, also really, really good games and really good developers. And other than that, unless somebody remasters one of my childhood favorites, which a lot of them have been remastered already, so there's not much left. And unless somebody remasters one of my remaining childhood favorites, I'm not buying any new games anytime soon. I wonder what will be the next game after Reanimal that Tarsia will make. Let's just focus on getting Reanimal done first. One thing at a time. Oh. Extra poisoned. Hooray. Oh, yikes. Ouch, that actually hurt. Well, we do have enough stuff for potions, so let's just drink them. Imagine Reanimal 2, that would be insane. Like I said, I like to imagine the things that are actually happening, upcoming right now. Like, I'll deal with whatever comes after Reanimal once we are done with Reanimal. Oh, we already used that lever, so don't think we need that. Let's stay away from the biting plant. By the way, do you think that I could play Reanimal on PC but with a PS4 controller? That is generally not a problem with modern games, because Steam has its own controller support integration these days. So even if a game was not designed to be played with controllers, you can usually play it with controllers by enabling Steam input. The only thing you'll have to live with is it will give you the Xbox buttons instead of the PS4 buttons. So That's in general for any game. I should probably also save a bit more often. I really hope they have the PS4 buttons. I also hope that for every single game, but honestly I've gotten so used to seeing the Xbox buttons. I barely even notice anymore if the game has PS4 buttons or PS5 buttons or not. But that is a question that usually ends up... what I like to do for my projects that I'm community manager on is I like to prepare a pre-launch FAQ in which I collect questions that have been asked by the community. The door is opened by a nearby lever. Okay, so there's a lever somewhere. There it is. So I usually collect questions for pre-launch FAQ, and that is one that always comes up. Like, what are the PC requirements? Can I play this with a PS4 controller? Will it have PS4 buttons? Those kind of questions always come up with every project. So I always try to get an answer to them. I can't always promise that I will get an answer to them, but I always try to get one at least. Because I know it comes up all the time. Probably I will never get an Xbox console. I am also probably never buying an Xbox because in my experience, Xbox consoles are glitchier than PlayStation 5 PlayStation consoles. And also with its recent strategy regarding Game Pass and everything, Xbox really hasn't done itself any favors in the console department, in my opinion. Like, the main draw about getting a console is, number one, you get exclusives that you cannot play on anything else, and number two, you have to buy one preset piece of hardware, and then you don't have to worry about, you know, upgrading your graphics cards or anything for like 5 to 6 years. That is the main draw of a console. And that second part of not having to upgrade for 5 or 6 years, that obviously still applies. But the although even that you could argue is a bit of a stretch, because you have the Xbox Series S, which is a lot less powerful than the Xbox Series X. So there are plenty of games even now that struggle on the Series S. And the other thing about the exclusivity, what with Xbox pushing all of its things onto Game Pass and on PC as well, it's like, why would you even buy an Xbox if you can already play it on PC? Like, if it's not exclusive, why would you even go through the trouble? Because, you know, if you want to play a Mario game or if you want to play a Zelda game, you're going to have to buy a Nintendo console, because you're not going to get them on Xbox or PS or even PC, at least not without an emulator. And the same thing for, like, PS5 exclusives. And yeah, they've been getting better about bringing PS5 exclusives to PC later on. But that is later on. Like, even with the recent additions like Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man and such, the games that are PlayStation exclusive first, it takes several months before they come to PC. Meanwhile, Xbox is like, yeah, Indiana Jones, you can have it on Game Pass on day one, even on PC. Like, what the fuck? This is no longer exclusive. Like, you're taking away half the incentive of buying your own console. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on in Xbox's head there, but oh well. So PS consoles are better than Xbox consoles. That depends entirely on who you ask. In my personal experience, and I've spent 8 years working in QA, so I've seen a lot. In my personal experience, PS5 consoles are not nearly as glitchy as Xbox consoles. Other people may have different experiences with this, but in my experience, PS5 is more stable than Xbox. Okay, the artifact has regained its ability to control its effect on the water leading out of Granald. Yannika's journal states that in addition to the activation, the artifact has other configurations: sanguine, phlegmatic, and melancholic. The journal has more details. I remember I read the journal, I just don't remember what exactly it said. And I'm not sure we should really be messing with it. Sanguine for optimism, phlegmatic for reservedness, and melancholic for pessimism. Let's be optimistic. Let's go with sanguine. Let's see what that did. Also, is it true that from 2026 there'll be no more games for PS4, only for PS5? That is up to each individual developer or publisher. But honestly, the PlayStation has been... PlayStation and Xbox, the new generations released during the pandemic, which was kind of shit. And I get that for a long time you couldn't get a PS5. Like, I also got a PS5 2 years later than I wanted to because supply shortages. But that's no longer an issue. So, it's been like 2 to 3 years now since those supply shortages have been cleared up, which means really there is not much point on developing for an older console anymore, because basically everyone can get themselves who can afford it, obviously, because consoles cost money. But anybody who has the money can get their hands on a PS5 console fairly easily these days. So, just from a developer point of view, it doesn't really make sense to cater to the old platforms anymore, because they're not gonna get any new and exciting updates. And hardware doesn't last forever. So it makes sense to move on to newer things. I still have a PS4 Pro, but want a PS5 so badly. Yeah.
I haven't felt this good in years, but something's wrong. Please, the grain must be tainted still. If the soldiers ate this, something in Connaught must still be amiss.
Okay, that was perhaps a bit too much optimism. Let's reload that. And let's just turn this artifact off. I think that will be best.